Okay, my name's Jackson. I'm a speaker and managing partner at HappinessMeansBusiness, which is kind of being a professional happiness nerd. We work with corporations and military clients. I'm also a director at the 4-Day Workweek campaign, the only nonprofit in the U.S. dedicated to advocacy and implementation for this movement. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is the 4-Day week. So question, why are there 26 letters in the alphabet? Oh, no? Because someone just made it up. That's what we decided, right? So why are there 40 hours in the work week? Well, someone just made it the fuck up. And yes, I heard someone say, yeah, thank you. I heard someone say that, and that's what that illustration's about, right? 40-hour work week. So I heard someone say Henry Ford, and that's absolutely right. I said someone just made it up. And it was Henry Ford about 100 years ago. So in around 1920s, he found that what back then was the standard of like 50 plus hours just wasn't that effective, and he could get more out of his people by working less. And I think we're at a similar revolution right now. So let's talk about what the 4-day work week actually looks like. And often it is the typical Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and you drop a day off, but it can be much, much more than that. The key rule that I keep in mind is the 80-100-100 rule, which means 80% of the hours for 100% of the pay and benefits for 100% of the productivity. And that last one is important because there's a commitment there between employer and employees that we're going to sustain performance and not drop off. So there are a lot of companies now that have tried this. There are parts of Amazon who've tried it, Microsoft, Japan, Bolt, Kickstarter. But after many pilots, many companies going through those pilots, there are a few things we can say. So employee experience, huge impact. 71% of employees had reduced levels of burnout. 43% said their mental health improved. We got better physical health. 40% of employees said their physical health improved. Nearly half said they were sleeping better. And finally, you had more time for connection, right? Childcare was less of an issue. You had more time for family, for friends, for getting involved in the community. And Gallup has shown that employee experience has a direct impact on engagement, retention, and performance. But now let's look directly at business performance. You've seen increased productivity. 64% of employers report an increase in productivity and quality of work. In the US pilot, there was a 38% increase in revenue compared to the revenue in the period of the same year, or the year before. So what that's saying is, of course, there are macroeconomic factors and industry factors that influence that, but at the very least, we know that it's not hindering financial performance, right? So you also see lower cost, lower overhead, and a huge impact when it comes to retention. In the one study, said 57% reduction in attrition. So huge impact on business performance as well. And now you're all probably wondering, okay, well, how do we do this? And there's not a one-size-fits-all playbook, but I'll tell you very briefly how a manufacturer right here in Ohio, Advanced RV, did this. And their CEO said it was basically, step 1, define productivity expectations, and step 2, empower employees to meet those expectations. And there was no step 3. It was just the 2. So you get a historical data set on production, velocity, quality, whatever, or whatever KPIs matter for your organization, deliverables, responsiveness, clients, sales, whatever. You set those expectations from before, and you say, hey, we need to meet these expectations, and it's up to you as a team or a department manager or the staff themselves to meet those expectations around those key metrics. So in the case of Advanced RV, it was actually the staff who were making a lot of decisions about how to implement this. So you define expectations, and then you empower people to meet those expectations. So this can improve employee experience, business performance, which drive long-term success. And what I'll leave you with is just a story of a guy named Stu Ralston, who is at the top of his industry. He was running a premier operation. He was 35 years old, but he was burnt out. He was mentally and physically exhausted from crushing work weeks, sleep deprivation, high pressure, and he said, I could see where this is going. It's going to end in divorce, family issues, probably a stress-induced heart attack at age 60. So he changed his operation to a 4-day work week, and there were challenges. They had to reposition themselves, but after just a few months, they were performing better. than they ever had. And the quote that really stuck out to me from the interview with Stu is he said, "I come home at the end of a work week to my family feeling like a normal person." And so he has that feeling, and he's just as successful as he was. So this is about more than just your people and your organizations. It's about you as leaders having the quality of life that you deserve. So what I say is work to live, don't live to work. And if you want to learn more about how to bring this to your employer, you can reach out to me at Jackson Kirchis. Thank you very much.